Here are 7 things men over 50 do differently to stop wasting time, energy, and potential in the second half of life. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I've just lived long enough, I've made enough mistakes, and I've worked with enough men to know what tends to matter most after 50. 1, you stop pretending. By 50, we've all worn enough masks to know which ones were just for survival or maybe for our egos. A lot of us spent years being agreeable, saying what we thought people wanted to hear, trying to be the good guy. But at some point you realize if you're not showing up as yourself, the respect you're getting isn't real. And obviously you can adjust for context. You don't act the same at work as you do around your closest friends. But if your personality completely changes depending on who you're around, then something's off. Success past 50 starts with not hiding who you are anymore, just to keep the peace. Number 2, you reinvent yourself instead of clinging to the past. Life after 50 demands reinvention, whether we're ready for it or not. And I don't think most of the time guys hit 50 and say, well, I'm going to map out a plan for reinventing myself. Far more often, I believe that we're thrown curveballs in life that we don't like, and the pain we're going through is what motivates us to change. Careers change, relationships end, your body changes, the world moves on, and we can either keep telling ourselves, well, this is just who I am, or we can stop clinging to labels that don't serve us anymore. I've been through the crucible of midlife changes, and it was hell. But I'm really thankful for where I've been able to go from there. It's not about becoming someone else. It's about becoming someone better, or maybe just more honest. Reinvention doesn't mean chasing trends or trying to stay young. It means staying relevant to yourself. 3, you don't accept declining health as a normal part of aging. You don't need to be a fitness freak, but you do need to stop pretending that you're still 20 and that somehow your body's going to hold up if you keep neglecting it. A lot of guys write off their declining health as just aging, when really it's just decades of bad habits catching up. Successful men past 50 aren't perfect. They still eat some ice cream. They might drink some bourbon. They just don't do it all the time. And they know the difference between living fully and slowly letting themselves disintegrate. You don't need 6-pack abs. You need to move, eat mostly real food, and stop waiting for a health scare to take things seriously. And if this is hitting home so far, I'd really appreciate it if you'd take a second to like the video or subscribe if you haven't yet. It helps the channel grow so that more men like us can get this information and do the best we can to have a better second half. 4, you take responsibility without punishing yourself. We've all made mistakes, right? Welcome to being human. But beating ourselves up doesn't fix anything. The guys who grow and move forward are the ones who say, yeah, I screwed that up, learn the lesson, and move on. That's different than carrying guilt around like it's noble, like you're supposed to make yourself small. You're not meant to relive every bad decision on loop. Responsibility means owning it, not being owned by it. 5, you stop passively hoping your life will get better. Yeah, life's unfair, no doubt about it, sometimes brutally so. But if your mindset is, nothing I do makes a difference, then you've already surrendered. Successful men take ownership where they can, and you can't control everything, not your past, not other people, not the economy. But you do control your reactions, your decisions, and your standards. And if you keep waiting for someone to save you or give you permission, you'll still be stuck right where you are now 10 years from now. The most successful people are open to opportunities and learn to create their own luck. Ask yourself, what's one thing you can do today that you know you need to do that would steer your life just a little more in the right direction? 6, you know what matters to you and you stop compromising it. If you're still chasing goals that don't line up with your actual values, and by the way, we've all done that, midlife is going to feel hollow. Men who thrive after 50 don't waste time anymore trying to impress anyone. They know what their principles are, and they let those principles guide their decisions. You don't need a big, dramatic life purpose. You just need a strong enough why to help you say no to the things that pull you off course. And without that, it's easy to drift and wake up years later wondering how the hell you got there. And you've already wasted enough time on things that didn't matter. So personally, I like Derek Sivers' approach as far as these life decisions go. It's either going to be a hell yeah or a no. And I wish I had learned that mindset when I was about 20. But it's never too late to start. 7, you get better at adapting. You can't control what happens, but you can control how rigid you are. The men who stay stuck are the ones who keep trying to force life to go back to how it was. The men who thrive don't fight change, they work with it, even when they don't want to. I've had plenty of times in recent years when I'd love to get into a time machine and go back to the 80s. But as much as I'd like to do that for maybe 2 weeks, I don't dwell on that fantasy. We have to be smart enough to know when to pivot, when to push, and when to let go. Adaptability isn't weakness, it's power. And the more flexible you are, the less life can break you. And if this resonates with you, be sure to watch this next. I go into 3 quiet traps that keep a lot of men stuck after 50. Thanks for watching.